icon, then we are going to map our concept art towards the front camera, which is down here, and then the side camera, which is down here. So first, before we start the new work, we have to create a new project as well. Yeah, so you're gonna go file, and then you go to project window. Yeah, you can go to project window, and you can type in the character, the name of your project here, right? I've already done mine, so I don't have to do this. So then you place it to the drive where you want the characters, the projects to be placed. I suggest don't put it in C, because if C goes wrong, you have to put it on different drive. Yeah. So in this case, I'm gonna put it in data. All right. I'm gonna put it in data. I'm gonna put it in my folder work, and so on and so forth. I press select. Then after which you can press accept. Then it will automatically create new projects for you. Right. So within that projects, I have already created a project called XLR8, which is I'm gonna model today. And the concept art, I'm gonna put it on the source images, which is down here. This is the folder where the texture is gonna be stored in. Maya will keep looking at the texture at this folder. Yeah, so this is the concept art that I'm going to do with Hyunjung. Make sure you have a front view and a side view, because we're going to model based on that. Yeah, we're gonna model based on the front view and the side view. I'm gonna go to the front view here, and then I'm gonna click this view, and then image plane and import image. I'm gonna put, there you go, so one here and the other one I'm gonna import to the side view, right? So after you import it up, you then need to make sure that the front view is placed on the grid. Yeah, on the grid. So we're gonna move the image plane like normal, like usual object. We're going to move them actually together. We're gonna move it up and make sure they are standing on the grid like this. Okay, then we are gonna move the front view so that the image is at the center. Yeah, like that. Yeah, and the side view here, we're going to model, we're gonna move this towards the center like that too, right? So then I'm going to go back to my perspective. You can see both of the image plane here. You can then scale this. I can scale this maybe very big, maybe something like this, and then move it up again. Actually, I should do this first. Move it up again until you make sure that the foot is planted on the grid. Okay, and maybe like this. This is good. Okay, then you go back to the front view and then readjust it so that the character is standing in the middle of the grid. And then this guy here, I'm gonna move it too. Yeah, like this. Yeah. Now I would like to warn you a little bit, guys, because down here at the bottom, which is the bottom axis here, you can see the world axis. Yeah. So the character has to be facing positive Z axis. Z is the blue axis. Yeah. So Z axis indicates the front of the character. Once you look at this, our concept art, you can see that, oh shoot, it is a little bit reversed, because the character is facing towards the negative Z, which is wrong. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna scale this. I'm gonna scale this the other way around. You can see here the scale X. Yeah, so I can put minus on the scale X, and it will automatically flip itself facing towards the Z axis. Then I can move this back and make sure they're standing in the middle of the grid like this. Okay. So once you get to this stage, right, I mean, you know that this is the front view and this is the side view. Yeah. So the front view, you're gonna move it all the way back around like one grid off. Yeah. And the other one, you're gonna move it all the way back here around one grid off as well. Yeah. So something like this. Then you would like to select this too, right? Then you're going to add this to the display layer on the lower right here. Yeah, you press the paper with the wall button here. You click it, it will come up with the layers and automatically include these two options. Yeah, these two guys already inside. If you happen to not include it yet, you can select it like this. Then right click on layer 1. Then you can add selected objects. Then it will automatically put here. How do you know if it's included? If you turn off this V, it will turn invisible. V is actually for visibility. Yeah, so you can turn it on and off like this. And what I want you to do is to go and make this into an R. R is a reference. So R means that you cannot select this guy anymore. It is locked in place, and this is the indication. This is the indication that you're ready for modeling. Yeah. Then what we need to do next before we start it, actually, you can also look at your outliner and then find the image plane down here, right? And this guy here, I'm going to change this guy to IP image plane front. Yeah, IP front. And this guy here is the IP side. Okay. So there you go. So we have named them and everything. You can select this in IP front. You press Ctrl A. Yeah. Then you go and change this in all view to looking through camera. Yeah, looking through camera, because we don't want to see it in perspective. We only wanted to see it in the front view, right? And I'm gonna go to my front view here, and I'm gonna go to side view here, and then change this to look through camera. And now you cannot see anything inside here, right? But when you go to 4 view, you can see the character standing, no problem. So I'm gonna start modeling by adding a cube. Yeah guys, so take a look at this. I need you guys to pay attention to my screen. Yeah, so this is the cube that I have added. Yeah. First of all, I'm gonna go to the polycube here and then change the subdivisions to 2. Everything I changed to 2, so it looks like this in 3D. Yeah. And I actually elongated this window up because I'm going to measure everything from side view and front view. Yeah. I'm gonna duplicate this cube. I'm gonna put this aside for now. For this guy here, I'm going to rotate this, and I'm going to make it so that it kind of resembles the body. Yeah. But it's a little bit hard to see like this. So what you need to do is to turn on this X-ray mode. So there's an X-ray here. You can turn this on. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this on the side view as well, this front view as well, so you can see it. The first one, what I'm gonna do here, I'm going to make sure this is a little bit smaller. Yeah, I'm gonna make this towards the neck area. Yeah, you take a look at this. It has to go towards the neck area. Then the second one, I can add divisions like normal. Yeah, like I can add divisions here, and then I can keep shifting the vertex until it fits the shape of the character. Yeah, so the second one, I'm gonna move this a little bit ahead, something like so. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep adding divisions all the way until I get to the very end. The very end here is a little bit tricky because the body is rotated. So I'm going to rotate this too a little bit. It's like this. You follow me. Yeah? Make sure you understand what I'm doing. Yeah, so something like so. This is pretty simple. Then after that, then we're gonna select lower part here. So you can select the face here. You can select the face like that. You know. Then you can make it smaller. Here, and I can select the edge here, and I can make it slightly bigger, you know, until you get to the point where everything is proper. Once you get to this stage here, we can actually delete it because we're going to mirror to the other side here. Yeah. Then what we're gonna do here is we're gonna smooth this shape. I'm gonna move this towards the center a little bit. Yeah, and this guy here too. I'm gonna move it towards the center a little bit. So it looks round from the top. Okay? And same with this bottom part here. I'm going to move it to the center. Okay, so you have this in general. You see, this is what you have. Yeah. So technically, this one I'm going to move it here too, and a little bit more towards this guy. And pay attention in 3D. And this is what you should end up with. Okay. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to delete this. So can connect this with the heat later on. Okay, so let's take a look back at the side view and front view. You can see that okay, this is shaped nicely. These are shaped nicely as well. Okay. Then we are going to do the leg. Okay, we're going to do the leg. We're gonna use this same thing. We're gonna use the cube. So first of all, we're gonna patch. This is the shape that I already done, right? So you can see that every single geometry is shaped into a single part of the body is shaped into very simple looking geometry, which is basically a cube, right? So this cube here, we elongated, we simplified it once or twice until we got to the shape that we like, yeah, except for the body. The body is slightly more complex, yeah, and the head is also the same. It's also the same like cube, like this. It's very simple, right? Okay, so what we need to do next is to actually combine this shape into geometry into one continuous looking object. Okay, so let's start with the thigh and the calves. So we're gonna do this, yeah. So it's very simple. You can select these two, then you combine them. You press this button here, or you can go to mesh, combine. Let me check whether my recording is on. Okay, mesh, combine, yeah. So once you combine them, Maya will consider them as one single object like this. So when you select one, the other one also turn green like this. Okay, so this indicates that Maya will then consider them as one continuous object. Okay, once you get to that stage, it's very simple. Afterwards, you can just go to your append to polygon tool, yeah, up here, mesh tool, append to polygon tool. Then you can connect the edges that you think matches together, yeah. You connect these edges, then you go and connect the other edges. This guy here, I'm gonna connect it to this guy, right? Press enter, you connect this guy here, right? Connect it one by one, and finally this guy to that guy, and voila, we continue to, we will then already shape it nicely, right? Something like this. We can do a slight adjustment once we combine them, so it looks nicer like this. You guys have a bipedal character that's standing on the grid. This is not like mine. Mine is slightly a little bit hard because the leg is slightly to the side. But when if your legs is like pointing downwards, this process is much simpler. All right. In this case, I will have to add another division, which is down here. I press and add another division like that, yeah, because I wanted to achieve the knee, yeah. So you see the knee here, I have to achieve the knee nicely, yeah. So I have to move this forward and keep modifying this until we got to the stage that we are comfortable with, you know, something like this, maybe a bit smaller. This is a challenge to model actually, but once you get to the stage that you like, wow, it's very satisfying, you know. And this guy here, you have to switch in between views so you can take a look at, oh, okay, so this guy is placed over there, this guy is placed over here. You guys can keep going and until you get to the stage that you're happy with, right? Something like so. Yeah, you can see now. Oh, yeah, there you go. So now we have the calf is a little bit weird from the front view, so we have to like shape it nicely from the other view. All right, so you can see. There you go. That's the calves done. Okay, that's the calves done. Maybe the inside here, I'm gonna move it slightly downward like so, and this guy here too, you know, until I get to the point that looks presentable. All right, so this is what it looks like from the front view and the side view. Okay, let's continue with this guy. I'm going to do the same. Select this, shift select this one, and then I will go with mesh combine. I will consider this one singular object. Then what we need to do next is to patch it. We patch using the append to poly tool. Yeah, so you select this guy, patch it, yeah, like so, right? And then we're gonna go to the side view here. We're gonna patch it like this, and this guy to this guy here, right? And finally this guy to that guy. Then you need to select on the edges so it looks nicer, right? So once we get to this stage, we're gonna do a division, yeah. And you take a look now, always like, oh wow, this is a little bit crazy. So I'm just gonna move down here like this, okay? I'm gonna move down here like that, then I'm going to adjust it from the front view as well. Okay, I think that's pretty okay here. Yeah, this is pretty okay, and this is pretty okay too. Then you take a look at this. Oh, this is kind of nice. Then finally I'm going to select this guy because my character has slight fang here, protrusion, so I'm just gonna extrude this extrude this face out and then adjust it downward like so, you know. Yeah, something like this. Of course you have to fix it from the front view too, so I'm just gonna move this guy back here and up a little bit. This guy too. Alright, man, something like so. Great, we got to the shape nicely. Yeah, take a look at from the perspective. Whoa, it looks awesome. It looks awesome. But as I tell you, we have to like move this slightly so to make sure the intersection goes nicely. So after you extrude like this, you need to move it to the side. Yeah. Okay, so now we have this guy combined into one singular shape. Nice. Now we're gonna do the same for the arm. Okay, now we are going to connect this guy towards the body. This is a little bit hard. You know why? Because you can see that our hand here, it only has a square, right? It only has four-sided faces. But down here we have multiple side faces. This is something that is very tricky to do. So what you want to do with this is to make sure that you extrude this first. Then I'm gonna move this slightly to the side first. I don't care, like this. And I'm going to extrude this. Yeah, I'm gonna select this face here like this, 4 of them. Yeah, and then I'm gonna press extrude. Then I'm gonna scale it down. You know, I'm gonna scale it down like so, and I'm gonna move it up slightly like this, and then move it up. You know, until it gets to the shape of arm. Okay, then after that I'm going to move this towards the center, move this towards the center like this, until we have the same number of vertex to each. Yeah, so as of now you can see that we are going to patch this arm into this hole here, right? So I'm gonna delete this guy. Delete this because we're gonna patch the arm, by the way. Yeah, we're gonna patch the arm. But before patching the arm, this is very important that you do this step. Okay, do this step. I'm gonna make this slightly rounder. As you can see, I'm gonna move this slightly upward like so. Yeah, and we're gonna make this round first. Round. Once you get to this round, then we are kind of okay already. Yeah. Once you get to this round. But the thing is, this is not round, right? So the thing is, this is not round. So if we count this vertex, you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vertex, right? 8 vertex. Down here we only have 4. We only have 4. This is not good. This is not good, right? We only have 4. To make it 8 is very simple. You can just select this, then you go to mesh. You smooth once. Look, smooth, pop. You know, once you smooth, you can see that. Wow! Now we have the same number of vertex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You know. Okay. Smooth. Yeah. Again, mesh, smooth. Where's the smooth? Yeah, this guy here, right? So then I'm gonna move this back towards where it's supposed to be. You know. Move this backward. I'm going to, oh, this is not enough. I'm going to move it backward like so, and this is a little bit forward. I'm going to move it inward like so. You know, you're gonna patch it where it's supposed to be. Then because this is already smoothed out, this is pretty simple to patch already. Yeah. Then once we get to this stage, it's pretty simple already. You can then delete this first face because you see there's a there's an intersection here that I don't like, right? So there's an intersection of polygon I don't like. So I'm just gonna go and select these faces and delete it. I don't need this, and I'm gonna prepare to mesh this guy. So I think this hole is too small, so I'm just gonna go and widening it up a little bit more. So once we get to this stage, we are ready to combine. Same thing, mesh, combine. Select these edges. You select this, double click it, you will select the rounding, and shift select these edges, you will do that too. Then you go to edit mesh, bridge, boop. Then automatically Maya will patch this up one by one, as long as you have the same number of vertex. That's why we counted beforehand, because we want to make sure that Maya can patch this nicely using bridge. Okay, so there you go. So this is how you patch object. Yeah, then we just have to adjust this. So once we get to this stage, I'm not gonna dilly-dally here for too long anymore. I'm going to move on to the next one, which is from here to here, right? From here to here, from here to here. I'm going to extrude this first. I'm gonna extrude this guy here. I'm gonna extrude this guy. Okay, extrude this guy backward. Yeah, like this. I'm gonna insert this backward so you can form a shape of the butt. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go and look at it from the side view. Yeah, I'm going to select this. Now once we're back at the 3D view, what we can do is I'm gonna cut this here, right? And we're going to patch these two edges by using a pen to polygon tool. Yeah, a pen. Okay, like this. Then we're gonna have one divisions in the center, and this one divisions I'm gonna bring this all the way down to the crotch, all the way down here. Look, yeah. So we have this done. Okay, this is very important for you to remember. Then we're gonna adjust this guy. Yeah, so we're gonna bring this down here too, you know, and we're gonna make sure that it matches this guy. Yeah, like this. And then this guy I'm gonna bring this down to like this and bring backward a little bit, you know, so we can match that. Okay, like this. You can see from the side view, you can see that we have created a hole. Yeah, we create a hole here. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you this polygon here. You can see that now we have very simple looking hole like this. Alright, looking hole. Nicely. Okay, so now we count the vertex. Yeah, before we count this as 8, down here we count this as how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, six edges. Yeah, so how do we then make it 6, right? That's the question. So down here what we have is 4, right? So we're going to make this into 6 by adding the side view. So we're gonna add side like this, so, and we're gonna add side view too, like that. Okay, so we have side view side now, right? So we have this into a 6 already. Yeah, so I can simply just scale this down a little bit, and you can see that, oh, we have 6-sided now, right? We have 6-sided. Okay, so now it's time to combine. So I can just go and select these two guys here. Then we're going to mesh, edit mesh, combine, right? Then we're going to patch this one by one. So pen to polygon tool, right? Now we have the friends here. We have friends, this guy here, we have friend, and this guy we have friend too, you know. You see that? It's a little bit weird, this guy. So I'm going to shift this slightly forward, okay, like that. And this guy I'm going to shift it a little bit forward here. So it's kind of create a more smoother shape, you know. Very nice. Then we're gonna keep continue. So pen to polygon tool here, right? You can use bridge if you like, but I suggest pen to polygon tool to work more carefully, like so. Yeah. Then you can use. Finally, we patch this here, and voila, we are done with this. Yeah. We can then really freely shape the butt the way you like it. Oops. Alright, man, so this is how you patch things up in Maya, and try your best to like shift it all over to make sure that it looks smoother. Alright, yay. This guy I'm gonna move it slightly to the side here, and so on and so forth. This guy I'm gonna move it slightly downward, this guy slightly downward. You can see that now it's kind of make a rounder shape, which I'm happy with. And down here I'm gonna shift it upward, and really create like a smooth looking geometry. Yeah, look at that, so cool. So cool. I can simply also scale this one by one and make it into a smaller shape, you know. You see, and automatically it will do so. Make it rounder. As long as it doesn't look too angular, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm gonna move this back slightly backward, this one slightly backward here. There you go. Alright, man, this is actually pretty awesome already. Yeah, we are going to patch the head next. I don't know why this does that. I don't know what is this. Patching the head. Oh no, what am I doing? A second, guys, let me fix this very quick. I have double geometry there for a second. Okay. Alright, before you go, I'm gonna show you one more, which is patching the head. So we can get to one singular shape, like I promised you before. So for the head is pretty simple also. We're going to move this guy slightly to the side like this, you know. And then we're gonna delete this face, pop, like that, right? And down here you can see that, oh, I also can do create a head patch. Yeah, head patch. Yeah, so I'm going to, using this cut faces tool, I can draw a line like this. Look at this, I'm drawing the line like this. Yeah, then I'm gonna connect this guy to the side, so it looks like that. Then I'm deleting this. Yeah, so now we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down here we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're good. So then we will combine this. Yeah, combine the shape. Then we are going to append to polygon tool. Yeah, one by one. The front one first. Yeah, then the side one next, all the way. Keep it up. And this guy here. This will be recorded in tutorial, guys, so you don't have to worry if you don't understand. You wanna look at reference, no problem. This will be published tomorrow, so you don't have to be stressed out about, oh, so I forgot this step here, I forgot this, whatever. Don't worry about that. We can simply just do some, just watch my tutorials and you'll be fine. Don't worry about that. Yeah, people worry too much sometimes. Like so, I am actually rounding. I'm rounding the shape now as we speak. And there you go. So this is the neck. It looks kind of stupid. Don't worry about that. We are going to look at it from the side view. You can see that the neck is like, wow, it missed by a lot. Don't worry. We are going to shift this forward. We we're going to shift this to the middle, and the back one is pretty okay. So I'm gonna add divisions here. Yeah, the front one is pretty okay, but the back one is slightly needs to be tightened up a little bit, you know. There you go, like this. This one, I'm gonna move it slightly forward. There you go. And then finally we're going to cut one more here. We're going to move this slightly forward. The front one is pretty okay so far. Yeah. So finally there is this what is this, like a very, very deep dent here, so I'm just going to move this back. So yeah, so look at this. Wow, the neck is already done. I can just shift this slightly inward, yeah, to create more how do you call it, more aesthetic neck, you know. It has a little bit roundness to it, you know. Yeah. Again, don't feel intimidated, guys, because it's very normal for you guys to feel overwhelmed at this point. Don't worry about it though, because once you're done with this, you'll be very, very happy. Ask Ankit has been working with me for a long time, and once you get to do this, this is pretty awesome. There you go. All right. Oh, we got the neck, we have the head, we have everything done, ready to go for the next lesson. So this is the end of the lesson today. So next lesson, I'm going to teach you how to mirror this to the other side, and then how to start modeling the arm, make it smoother, and so on and so forth. All right. But the tips for now is to make sure that this kind of stuff, I'm going to show you that this is the kind of stuff that's already working, but I'm going to give you some suggestion so that you don't get it wrong. Okay, so if you look at this angle, this is weird, because this is like, we have division here, but our edge is too sharp, right? This is bad. This is terrible. Yeah, this is a no-no. Yeah, pay attention. This is a no-no. Yeah, how to make this better? You can do it like this. I'm going to use a blue pen. I'm gonna move these edges down here, and I'm gonna move these edges up here like that, and this guy is still out here. So as you can see, this line needs to be rounded like this. Yeah, it has to be rounded. And down here, this is sharp too. No, you don't want that. You want it to be round. Yeah. How to make it round? You have to make sure that you move the angular edges and smooth it out. Which one is the angular edges? This is the one. This is what you need to move, and this is what you need to move as well. But so these two here you need to move, but leave the blue alone. Yeah, so the blue is already correct. Yeah, so I'm gonna demo that now. So you have to move this towards the center like this, and this guy move it towards the center, so you can see that the shape is rounder. Yeah, rounder. This is terrible, so you have to move this towards the center. This is move it towards the center, you know. So when you look at this from the perspective view, you can see that it has round shape. Yeah, this is ugly, so I'm gonna move this towards the center, move this towards the center, or maybe you can move this slightly outward. That's fine too, you know. And in order to make it look rounder, yeah, I'm gonna give you one more example here, right? So for example, like this guy here, right? I'm going to screen cap this. Yeah. I'm gonna start from here. Yeah. So what you need to try and make do is that you're gonna make sure that this is not angular. Cannot be angular. Yeah. This has to be round. So how to make it round? You have to move this like that. So this edge here, you have to pull it out, pull it in, you know. So you have to make this section round. Same with this section needs to be round too. Yeah, this edge, this guy here needs to be round as well. Yeah. Wow, this is very ugly. I'm gonna make this round too. Okay. Now that's the key in 3D. You have to make sure to know, to be familiar with roundness of shape. Okay, it looks nicer that way. Okay, so that's my suggestion for you, and I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna move this slightly to the side. You can see like that, rounder, and I'm gonna pull this out slightly. There you go. This is slightly rounder, much better. Right, and this guy here, I'm gonna move it inward. This guy, I'm gonna move it inward too. So it looks rounder. Look at that. This is ugly. I'm gonna move this inward. This guy here, press 4 to access the wireframe and move it inward too, so it's rounder in shape. Okay, promise me that you guys will do this, because this is the difference between noob 3D and awesome 3D. Okay, it's as simple as that, rounding up shape. So alright, so when you press 3, you can see that, wow, it looks nice. To prevent Maya from hanging on you, you're gonna make sure you clean up this history often. Yeah, so to clean up history, you select the object, then you go to delete by type history. Yeah, or you can Alt-Shift-D. Yeah, once you click this, you can see that now the history is clean. Now Maya will not hang on you. You can just save it, and we're done. Yeah, like this. So try your best to do it.